at you from the shores of Lake Erie. EA Sports has the coverage of the NFL from First Energy Stadium here in Cleveland, Ohio. Straight ahead, we've got a good one. The folks here, they are bundled up, but they're ready for football as you get a look at First Energy Stadium in Cleveland, Ohio. Coming up, we've got what should prove to be a good one between the New Orleans Saints and the Cleveland Browns. The holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. And the opening kickoff will not be returned as that will be a touchback. They begin on the ground with Kamara, and he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up. Christmas Eve here in 2022. A big slate today of Saturday games. But we will have, ready for this, a triple header of action on Christmas Day tomorrow. I think it's pretty safe to say we won't have a white Christmas in any of these places, however. We start with the Packers and Dolphins in Miami at 1 Eastern. Then you got the Broncos and Rams from Los Angeles. And then finally, the Bucs and Cardinals at 8:20 Eastern in the desert. Plus one more for good measure on Monday. Once the family's all gone back home and Grandma's puttered out of the house, grab the leftovers and sit back and watch the Chargers and the Colts from Indianapolis. Winston's throw caught by Olave. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle it, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that, you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
They'll throw again. Winston. Looking for Johnson, and it's intercepted. Greedy Williams picks it off. And he takes this one back into the end zone. The Browns defense has a touchdown. Now Cade York for the extra point. It's up and through to make it 7-0 Browns. They'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick six, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick six and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
Throwing on second down, Winston. His throw incomplete.
But nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're saying.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. They had the incomplete pass on second down. Now they need a big play here, 3rd and 10. From the gun, Winston. Here's Johnson with a reception. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. 21 yards there on 3rd down. First down, Winston. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
Well, this one from about 2 counties over after the sack. They come up on a 2nd and very long. Another try after the first down sack. Winston. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the first quarter. Already sacked him once. How to get in there and knock another one away. You think maybe that Tucker rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder?
Yes, indeed. That time, lucky that the arm was going forward. Incomplete pass. He completes it to Olave. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A real letdown defensively. That was 3rd and a bundle, but they allow the conversion. Winston now to throw on first down. That's Olave bringing in another one. Touchdown, New Orleans. Chris Olave with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Saints are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. Lutz good on the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This is taken just shy of the 10. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. Watson and the Browns now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. And not a whole lot there, maybe a yard to the 27.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
And again, it's Chubb. And some space here. And he's going to take this all the way down to the Saints' 32-yard line. 42 yards rushing for him now in his first 2 carries of the ballgame. And you hear it all the time, but that's one of the dangers of the blitz. You get past that first wave, nobody else is there.
And when teams blitz, what they're trying to do is make you lose your poise, lose your timing and your tempo. But when you hold it together, you can really hurt them the other way, getting past that first wave.
And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line.
And that's an early scramble that can be viewed positively by either side. From the offensive point of view, it begins to establish it as a possibility to keep it on certain plays. And defensively, they avoided giving up a huge play in one of their first tests in containing a quarterback on the run.
Now a second down and 6. Now Chubb running right. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is, and really a lot of the time they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
York able to send this one through. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Well, certainly they'd rather have the scenario they had last time. Now, Charles, remember, they had the short field. They took it in the end zone. Now this is going to have to be a longer, more sustained drive if they want to get points.
Yeah, a little bit more of a quick strike opportunity last time by where they were in the field, and you're exactly right about that. But now, backed up a little bit. What's that old expression we love to use? Time to matriculate the ball down the field and try and do it again.
And he'll be corralled right around the 34. The Saints first down there on a gain of 11. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the
That's
ball?
some under pressure, and he'll go down. They'll sack him on what ought to be the final play of this first quarter. 10-7 our score after 1 right here on EA Sports. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. Another try after the first down sack. Winston, the pass caught by Olave. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. 39 yards there, a big one.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver, and as this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And able to get this to the 31.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
From the 31, Winston. This is caught. Touchdown, New Orleans. A great effort there. 31 yards as they have taken the lead.
I know these wide receivers are about flash and dash and high-flying plays, but a good number of them played running back at some point in their career, and that's how they finish off a lot of their big plays, run after the catch.
And this time he finishes off the big play in the end zone. Lutz to try to add the PAT. And that makes it 14-10. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
Well, you don't see that often. He just mishit it, and it goes out of bounds.
Well, I know sitting up here, and I'm looking at you, and you're looking at me, and I know we're both thinking the same thing. Isn't it easy enough to keep it between the sidelines? Because unless you're intentionally doing it for some reason, well, that's a costly mishit, and now you put your team in a bad spot.
So they'll get 8 out of that completion, and they'll be left with second and a couple. And Chubb trying to middle here. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down.
That's a play to take note of there for the defense, I think, in the future. If you're going to try and block him, maybe you get a guard to help double team him and try and steer him out of the play. They should have done it on that snap.
Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw him break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
And Bojorquez on to punt as he gets it away.
And a fair catch called for and made just outside the 15-yard line. They'll call that a 33-yard punt with no return. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started.
The offense running out, and they are charged up, ready to go after reaching the end zone on their last drive.
And normally I'd warn against getting complacent just because they scored the last time out. But I don't think there's any worries with this group right now. This is a hungry group, and they want to keep building off of their last drive. Now they just want the officials to hurry up and place the ball so they can snap it and get back to work.
Blitz coming, and down he goes.
Logan Wilson, the one who got in there and dropped him to the ground.
So that time, Charles,
a quarterback helpless really in the pocket in the face of a pass rush like that. They were on him instantly.
Yeah, that's when we turn to your lineman and say, guys, can I get a little help here? And you have to ask politely because, remember, they're blocking for you the entire game. But as a quarterback, you've also got to have the clock running in your head when you need to get rid of the football. But this time, he had no chance. They were on him instantly.
And that is incomplete. And the pressure there on 3rd down, forcing the error pass. 4th down coming up. Blake Gillikin on the punt now on 4th down.
only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. A 40-yard punt, give him 3 on the return. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. The Cleveland offense ready to go. So, Charles, the season winding down, the playoffs obviously not in their future. As they look ahead to the offseason, what spots do they maybe need to fill?
Well, I think that they like the guy who's calling the plays and throwing the ball. I think that he's a pretty good player. Needs some help, I think, on the perimeter, though. Help him out with receivers, because I think if he gets an upgrade there, his play gets that much better, too.
Caught here by Bell. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3. Watson now to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. P.J. Williams with a pick. And the Saints are going to take possession of the football.
Well, if you go by the numbers, you'll find as the temperature goes down, so does the passing efficiency. And now that we're in December, even the routine throws are going to be harder for the quarterbacks. And this one, it winds up getting picked off.
Winston to give. It's Kamara. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Alvin Kamara with touchdown number 20 on the year. And the Saints are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Oh, how about this? No good. Just his second miss of the year. And our score will stay right where it is. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Browns drive about to get started. As the offense comes out here, Charles, maybe perhaps a bit more of a focus on the run game for this drive after tossing an interception on the previous one?
I think that's a good way to look at it and a good way to think about it, but maybe they get to it in a little bit different way, because after you throw an interception, you want to make sure you keep your quarterback's confidence high. So maybe give him a couple easy throws that he can complete, and then get to the running game and try and get things settled down.
Yeah, and still in the first half here, a long way to go. Faking the give, now Watson. And he's taken down here by the Saints. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
Gonna need something special here on 3rd and long after that sack. What does Watson have in his arsenal? From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Working the sideline here. Did he get the feet in yet? He did. Nice job tapping both of them down. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Here's Watson. Eluding the pressure right. Looking for Cooper, and it's intercepted. Marcus May with a pick. Well, an I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. If this defense wants to stay in this ballgame, they've got to start ending some drives. That helps.
And they have to look ahead at what they expect the offense to do. And right now with that lead, that's run the football. So you don't just stack the line of scrimmage. You have to get upfield and try and make some plays in their backfield.
Second down, and it's Kamara again. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Jameis to throw it. And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. The kick by Lutz is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So the interception set him up with terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
Well, not one you see often there as he fails to keep it between the sidelines, and that is a penalty every time, and going to give this offense better field position.
And it's every kickoff guy's nightmare, isn't it? Because you don't see yourself doing this, and most of the time you don't. It's absolutely a mishit, and now your team pays the price. Bad field position for your defense.
On 1st and 10, Watson. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Really good coverage all over the field. It took away his intended read and almost dared him to try for his guy out of the backfield. No surprise on that one. It doesn't connect.
2nd and 10, a very chilly day here, but no snow. And I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, I want snow. You should see Charles' face. He's looking at me like I'm crazy. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
It feels like they're getting caught in between here because they did incompletions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. It's caught inside the 25. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line. On 1st down, it's Watson. Over the middle, complete. It's Hunt. And he'll be marked out right at the 20-yard line.
That's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
And he's going to be brought down at about the 16. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Now it's Watson. He will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. The Browns will quickly use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Now Watson. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
Nothing on first down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line, 2nd and goal. Back to throw, Watson. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. Amari Cooper. That's the first half is winding down. And the Browns are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half. Extra point by York is up and good. And the lead will shrink to 6. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And with only 9 seconds remaining, well, not much time, we'll see how they play this. Meanwhile, Winston throw complete there to Thomas. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the first half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you know, you always want to keep that up and feel like you can always bounce back after plays. But with the kind of numbers he's putting up here, it's starting to wear on them a little bit, I think. So they're looking at each other and trying to figure out what defense will work and how can they play better without getting beat deep for big passes.
Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Both these offenses have been in fine form. What will the second half bring us as we are underway in quarter 3? This is taken just shy of the 10. And able to get this out to the 25. The Cleveland offense ready to go. Well, Charles, in that first half, we saw a fair amount of offense on both sides of the football, and now the team trailing here will start with it in the third quarter.
And we both know this coach pretty darn well, don't we? Because his game planning is always on point. And now that he's getting the ball to start the second half, how about all the offense that you already referenced in the first half? He'll put that all together and come out with something really strong, I believe, to get things going here in the third quarter.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Up the middle, it's Chubb. And from the 15, they're able to work this up to the 20 for a pickup of a handful.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
New Orleans adding some depth to the secondary. They've got 6 DBs out there now for third. Here's Watson. Looking deep in the direction of Cooper. And got his man complete. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
That's just flat out a beautiful throw right there.
There was a road. That's maybe the speed you would see on a slant, but he threw that downfield with that kind of pace.
Now, if he throws that one with any type of arc, puts a little air under it, that play doesn't happen. He had to fire it in there, and he did exactly that.
On first down, they'll run with Chubb. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. A first carry now for Kareem Hunt. And he'll be taken down at the 33, a pickup of about 4.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. To throw is Watson. Able to get away. Got a man, and Schwartz complete. And he is going to have the Browns first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
They've been moving the ball well, but this drive was in danger of stalling out. Fortunately, this is a nice throw here, and they're able to pick up a new set of downs.
They go up the middle with Chubb. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
On 2nd and 7, Watson flushed out right. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 of the 12. Deshaun Watson, so multi-dimensional, able to scramble for the first. Touchdown! Anthony Schwartz, an 11-yard touchdown. And the Browns are an extra point away from taking the lead. Extra point by York is up and good. And that will put them on top here in the third. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And they'll be working from behind now following the touchdown a moment ago on the opening drive of the half.
I think the guys right now, as they go out on offense, they're zeroing in on one big key. They don't have to do anything differently just because they're down on the scoreboard now. The intent, still the same in what they plan to do on offense.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Here's Winston. Johnson's got it complete. A big play there on the catch and run. 67 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
Kamara. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. And just one man in the backfield here. That's Kamara, 2nd and goal. They'll give it to him again. And he takes it across and into the end zone. Touchdown, Saints. Alvin Kamara. That's his 19th rushing touchdown of the year. And the Saints have retaken a third-quarter lead. Lutz with the extra point, and that'll make this a 6-point game. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. From the 10. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. The Browns drive about to get started. They had seized the lead there for a little bit with a starting drive in the third quarter, but a moment ago the touchdown that puts them back behind.
So their defense is under siege a little bit right now because they have not able to solve their opponents. So they've had to keep hammering away on offense and try and win this one in what appears to be a shootout. Look, all any running back wants is a little bit of room, a little bit of space in order to maneuver. but he also understands how difficult it is for his offensive line up front. So if they give him any space, he realizes his job to make more out of it than what they give him. Picks up 3 on that carry.
Under pressure now, Watson, and down he goes. The pressure from multiple guys there as they bury him for a big 9-yard loss.
Well, partner, I would say just avoid play action, but that's not just been the problem. This defense, they've been getting pressure on all types of pass plays and really piling up the sacks in this contest.
Gonna need something special here on 3rd and long. After that sack, what does Watson have in his arsenal? Now back to throw. That ball nearly intercepted, but he could not hang on. Oh, pick there certainly would have been nice. Instead, at least it'll be 4th down. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. 39-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And that will come the offense as they take over. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. The offense coming back out here. Plenty of energy, ready to roll, looking to just add to what they have been doing after scoring a touch. There he goes, right side. Touchdown, New Orleans. Alvin Kamara, 54 yards. And the Saints will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the 3rd.
I guess when you look back on it, it was just a matter of time until he popped a big one like that. And, you know, at halftime, you and I discussed it. They had done a nice job on him in the first half. But there were a couple of occasions where it felt like he might wiggle out of traffic and take it to the house. Finally here in the second half, that got done.
Lutz good on the extra point, and the lead now stands at 13. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. Fielded right around the 8. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. The Cleveland offense ready to go. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
Swings this out for Hunt. And they're going to get this down to about the 37. This game not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two. 1 quarter remains here in Week 16. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Watson. And he will find his man Schwartz. That's complete. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. To the air yet again, Watson. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Well, it certainly appears to me that the defensive guys are starting to look a little bit tired while he still has some fresh legs. Not the biggest gain we've seen on a scramble, but still some positive yardage on a play that initially looked like a sure win for the defense.
The lone man in the backfield here is Chubb on 2nd and goal. Watson, a little touch pass on the jet sweep. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on him before he could get much out of it.
Third and goal, and keep in mind, very possibly 4-down territory. Operating from the gun, Watson escaping the pressure right. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. So now 4th and goal. You're trailing by a decent amount here. What are you doing, Coach Davis?
Well, I've got to think to myself, just how many more opportunities am I going to have this close and have this chance? I've got to go for it right here. The clock's dwindling on me. Let's go get it done.
Desperation time. Watson on 4th down. Flush to his right. And that's going to be caught from Browns. Touchdown. Anthony Schwartz. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Browns have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th. Extra point by York is up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. So here comes the kickoff, and what now is just a one-score, 6-point game. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They've been rolling the last couple of drives, each inning in touchdowns. So this game is flipped. They were down. Now they're up with the football. We'll see how they handle it.
Can we get a spy on the headset now between the head coach and offensive coordinator? Because they've been in attack mode. Had to get back into the game. Now they have the lead. Do you stay on the attack, or do you dial it back a little bit to try and protect this lead?
Well, my cop-out answer would be somewhere in the middle. I think it's going to be a fine line, is it not?
I think you're exactly right, but I do think if they can stay aggressive and keep them on their heels, they'll be best served that way.
That'll give him 60 yards receiving now as he's got a 1st down. They run off tackle right with Kamara. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah. Big impact play, a tackle for loss.
I have zero rooting interest in either team in this game. I only want a good game. But with all the offense we've seen from them tonight, it's kind of nice to see the defense step up and make a big play.
Yeah, I was wondering if they were ever going to get him in the backfield. Nice to see him get a stop. After getting stuffed on 1st down, not much better there. A 2-yard gain.
So where all that running room that he had in the 1st half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
On 3rd down, Winston. Open man is Michael Thomas. And they're going to have another 1st down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 36. A 3rd down gain of 19. Big hook up there, forced to throw it on 3rd down. The connection's going to keep the drive alive and also keep the clock moving.
Yeah, and from a defensive perspective, didn't get a sack, didn't knock the ball free, didn't break up the pass. The clock keeps running on you. You're in a dire situation now.
So it looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
Off the play fake, Winston. Slant pass complete to Olave. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. 22 yards on the catch and run, a 1st down. I don't want to make a story where there's not one, but he threw the 3 interceptions last week. Looked a little uncomfortable. He looks much more comfortable today.
Yeah, just 1 pick so far and his team leads. So now they can play complementary football, meaning if he takes care of the ball and his offense, if they're humming along, the defense doesn't have to be out there as long. He's taking care of his guys on the other side of the ball.
You're enjoying a 4th quarter advantage.
I think as a running back in this spot, you have to understand there's not going to be a whole lot of room to run. And in this case, ball protection takes precedent over trying to make something happen.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Different pass rushes are designed for different things. Sometimes you want to keep the quarterback in the pocket. Sometimes you want him to flush. I don't know exactly how this one was designed, but they made sure they moved him to his right. He got out of the pocket. Unfortunately for him, he was hit as he tried to throw the ball, and that resulted in an incompletion.
From the shotgun, it's Winston. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Back at the 26-yard line. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. The kick by Lutz is good, and that will make this a 9-point lead. So that one, CD, going to make the road back a lot more difficult.
Oh, there's no doubt about that. You know they were praying on the other sideline for a miss because now, as you pointed out, a very difficult road. Down 2 scores. You don't just need a touchdown. You need a chain of events to go your way. You've got to score, somehow get the ball back, and score again. The odds of that happening, not great in your favor.
Taken at the goal line. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. The Browns drive about to get started. And the complexion of this one has changed a fair amount. That last field goal made it a 2-score game, so they need to get points out of this drive relatively quickly. Watson on first down. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And the Saints are going to take possession of the football. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. A man who's been busy this afternoon, it's Kamara again. 98 yards rushing for him now in this one as he is closing in on 1,800 yards for the year.
I know the game's not over, but there's got to be a sense of satisfaction right now for the guy carrying the football a bunch today. 99 yards, and he has enough time to go over the century mark.
Well, you got to give it to him again, right?
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. You're not worried about losing yardage here. You're not worried about any of that. You just want to get him to the promised land for every runner. 100 yards or more in the game.
It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up. They go play action. Winston. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This will be spotted at the 37, so it's a 47-yard attempt. The kick by Lutz is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but it's still ate up time, got points, so while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. The Cleveland offense ready to go. This offense returning out there, and really, you remember the last drive, Charles, it was over before it even began. They threw the interception on the very first play.
And what that means is for all these guys, it's been a while since they've been out there going full speed, so they've got to get everyone back out there, run a couple of your go-to plays, make sure you get your offense oiled up a little bit. They've got to be able to start fast, but they've got to be efficient as well.
Especially the quarterback. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
And let's face it, this defense has had its share of struggles all game long, and they know that they can put it all behind them if they defend well here in the 2-minute drill. Excellent coverage right there to force the incompletion.
Watson's throw into the hands of Peoples-Jones. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 44-yard line. To throw, Watson. Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it. But I think Brown was able to recover, and they'll indeed hold on to the ball here. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the 4th. The fumble on first down. Now here's second down. Now Watson. He's going to let it fly. And this is caught inside the 5. Now the offense will burn their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. After the big play, a chance to finish now on first and goal. Here's Watson. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Whew, that's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
Watson to throw. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. And Hunt is not going to get there. Watson. And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet.
I'm not sure win-win is the proper term here, but it certainly felt like it. They got the touchdown they needed. But if I'm on the defensive side of the ball, okay, you got the touchdown, but it sure took you a long time.
Yeah, because offensively there, you're probably hoping for a 1 to 5 play drive. That one ate up a little more time than they were hoping.
You're exactly right, and if you have that 1 to 5 play drive, you actually build up momentum and even more hope. When they had to slog their way downfield, they got the touchdown, but it's almost like, yeah, you know,
doesn't feel right.
Exactly.
They had to go for it with no timeouts remaining, though. Now this one's as good as over.
They gave it an effort. They tried their best, did everything they could to try and get the ball on the onside kick. You're exactly right. They had to try it. It was their only option. And now this game is done. Just take it, kneel, and call it a day.
On the counter, here's Kamara. And he's got some space here. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Charles, normally when you see a group score this many points, it's a complete blowout. But instead, they needed every single one of those in this close, high-scoring affair.
And Brandon, I'm still on the edge of my seat after that one because when you have that much scoring and it still comes down to a one-possession game at the end, that's not something we see very often. And in this case, these offenses, they brought it. The defenses, they're going to need some work going forward.
So for New Orleans, it's an important win for their playoff hopes as they hit the 10-win mark now at 10-5. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Philly to take on the Eagles.